I mean, next is Honky Tonk Man, the Honky Tonky Mans, and but I feel, but Honky doesn't really do anything.
It's kind of the end of his run here because his next thing is to team up with Greg Valentine, who hates dyeing his hair black. Rhythm and blues. That's the next up for Honky Tonk Man. So
I feel like are they teaming at this point?
I don't
But he's
know.
not dyed his hair.
They are at WrestleMania 6 because Diamond Dallas Page drives him to the ring.
Yeah, he does.
That's right. He does.
Yeah.
Also, after Honky Tonk, let's just take a moment because Warrior eliminates Ted.
Yeah, a real not shocking elimination, but it's just a very. It just eliminates Ted Dibiase.
Like, there's no acknowledgement to the fact that Dibiase's been in since the beginning at this point. It's just like another elimination, which I thought was a shame because, he's been in it since the beginning. He's fucking carried a lot of this match himself.
Ted reminded me of Flair in a couple of years from now. How he did the opposite of what you expect heels to do these days. He took it to people. Ted was always doing something. He was always getting involved with something. He would always take a hit from someone. He'd take a bump for someone.
Workhorse, isn't he? Yeah,
that's what it is. So just want to give him his flowers.
I love the ongoing storyline as well. That whenever he was in danger, somebody randomly would just save him, and then be like, "Oh, he's been paid off." Right, there we go. Yeah. And that was like
it's clever.
He was always safe because somebody would always try and save him. So they got a payday.
Hogan.
What does Hogan do? He gets to do in every match.
Yeah, just comes out, picks on the Island Boys immediately. Fucking throws out Snooker. Fucking, oh my God, that elimination on Haku.
Brilliant.
No, it wasn't.
So good. But you don't think?
He fucking barely brushes him with that boot, and throws himself over the top rope.
Yeah, that shit. Obviously, like the fact that he didn't actually kick him, but I just thought it was funny.
It just once again proves Hulk Hogan's a racist.
But yeah, I mean,
guys. Oh look, Tito's just been eliminated by Hogan.
Tito as well.
Yeah, the thing is,
if you're not white in this Rumble, mate, you're fucking going to Hogan. Yeah.
The signs were always there, weren't they?
But that's two matches in a row now, 89 and this one, where Hogan gets the empty the pool spot. Everyone's got to get out now. Warrior got a few because after Hogan, just to briefly touch on it, after Hogan was Shawn Michaels, and he was in the match. I timed it. He was in the match for 12 seconds.
Him and Mark really got jobbed out. But the Rockers were kind of like jobbers at this point.
Yeah, at this point, they definitely were, yeah.
They were fodder.
A good undercard babyface team to get beaten by other people.
And then it happens. The spot of this entire match and the whole reason why we're all here, really, to build to WrestleMania 6. JC, take us through it.
So, they eliminate everyone, and then there's a stare down between Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. As a kid, this was just, immense to me. This was one of the first videos I owned, but I already knew that these two were a big deal. And just to see them go face-to-face the first time, they do, their little crisscross spot, which I love, even though it's shit, but they do the double clothesline. And I just love everything about it. They're both getting rid of everyone. They're going to fit against each other. And then it's Barbarian comes out, and he's got easy pickings on both of them because they've done the double clothesline. I'd really like this spot. I almost did this spot with Kemper and Wes in the Rumble at True Grit because I love it so much, but it wasn't really needed because it wasn't. I'm not leading to that with Kemper and Wes, so I got rid of it in the end. But I'm a big fan of the babyface, the top two babyfaces being left and having to be against each other.
Right, you've heard it here now, folks. Next year's True Grit Rumble, the two top babyfaces are going to do the crisscross spot.
Yeah, I'm giving away spoilers there.
On commentary, misnaming all the ethnically ambiguous wrestlers. Just like my idol, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Who will that be? The two top babyface at True Grit in a year? Be Bobby Cash.
You and me, sir. You and me. You'll turn me, Ace.
It'll be Bobby Cash and Sash. That'll be it.
He's done a big face turn. Can you imagine?
No.
This is like the most unlikable person I've ever met in my entire life. And I've met some utter shits. And Sash Money Cash is literally number one with a bullet.
I think he's all right.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. No wonder how you're managing to pay for these shows.
You need to check your tweets though, because I've told you I can find you. Like I can outsource you some much better henchmen. I really can, JC. Honestly, just let me know. I've got the numbers.
Well,
but you can do better.
Sash has his positives, definitely.
Oh, he has money, and that's literally his only positive.
That's a positive.
And then I don't know if you noticed this. Obviously, Barbarian comes out, picks up the scraps, and doesn't eliminate either of them. Spoiler. Bobby Heenan has been out there the whole time. Like he hasn't got a dog in the fight. Andre was eliminated half an hour ago, and then Rick Rude comes out. So Bobby Heenan doesn't go back and come back out. He stays there the whole time.
Long way to walk, isn't it? There and back. No, may as well just stay there.
I know, but it's like it's interesting because I was watching him. He's not on screen a lot, but I was watching him, and he was just watching the match. Like he's probably just having a laugh on it. Just go and sit on commentary.
It was so much more amateur then. Like they could just sort of do what they wanted. In every like it was really like there's loads of people there obviously, and it's really popular, but it's not everything's not quite as polished, is it? And we've talked about how they don't the eliminations aren't quite as big a deal as they are nowadays. Like people just get eliminated just randomly, and it's like okay, they're gone now. Like $1 Million Man, like it's like he's in there for ages, and then it's just he's gone, and they haven't really learned how to make a big deal about A, the entrances, and B, the eliminations, which are like the two most important things in Rumbles now, but they haven't really got that down yet.
It's an interesting point that you make there, really, because, like I say, this is the third one we've done now, and it's obviously a new concept. Obviously, the first one, they don't know what they're doing because they didn't even have set times.
That's the only one I've never seen, actually.
It's an interesting watch. It's not great, but it's an interesting watch because people just come out at random points. There's no like two people come out at once at one point.
I'll have to watch it. I wish.
And it was definitely it was a match where there was the only spot really was when Hacksaw wins. And then the second one, the next one, there's obviously it's the 30-man Rumble. Not much happens outside of the Mega Powers stuff. And then this one getting a little bit better, but like you say, they haven't really made a big deal about big eliminations. It's more what happens in like when Warrior and Hogan are in the ring together after what's coming up where Hogan eliminates Warrior and he gets back in and goes a bit mental. There isn't really that, because if you think of a Rumble now, everyone gets their shine. It's so weird watching a Rumble from 1990 comparing it to a Rumble from like 2025 because everyone gets the big pop, everyone gets the entrance, everyone gets the little shine, and then they'll make sure that the camera's ready for when the elimination's coming. Whereas I feel like you're right, it's very not on. I don't know how to explain it, like you just said, but it's not very polished. People just get right. I'm going to go now.
We've said this though, Bob, about every Rumble we've covered so far, and again, this is only the third one. It's still in its infancy. They're still finding their feet with it, and again, it still wasn't the show that it like wrestling in general wasn't the show that it is now. So
yeah,
there was probably a lot of just go out there and do your fucking thing. Just go out there, start hitting guys. Who gives a shit? It's a Rumble.
It's like a 2005 Brit Rest Rumble that they used to finish every show with. No one wanted to be there because they'd already worked once. So yeah, they'd just be going out and eliminations would be happening all over.
18, fuck off.
So Warrior
Can't hear what DJ's saying there, but it sounds entertaining, or it looks entertaining.
Hear me?
Yes, go for it. Yeah.
Do you remember working a rumble in Britannia pre-COVID? Obviously, like would have been around about 2006, 2007. I cannot for the life of me remember who the wrestler was, but he found out he was booked to be in the rumble later on that night, and he went, "Oh, you can fuck off." We're like, "Why?" He's like, "I've already got my gear off." That was it. But no, not being in it. I've got changed. I'm going home.
I announced the GPW Thunder Brawl in 2013-14. Cameron Craze was number 2. And he went up on the second rope to pose because he did his entrance, but he slipped and did his knee. Like, he dislocated his kneecap.
Ooh.
Like, before the match had started. And obviously he's getting hobbled out. And Martin Kirby comes out, and he'd already wrestled earlier in the night, but he'd already taken his gear off apart from his trunks. And he just came out with no shoes on. Just his trunks, no knee pads. He's taking his tape off. He's like he's at the flipping baths, and then he's in the match for like 10 minutes, like just because he was stepping in. And I love stories like that. It's so stupid.
Kirby's a professional.
He is. He's amazing. Did you notice? Sorry, I was just going to say, did you notice that Hogan eliminates the Ultimate Warrior the exact same way he eliminates Savage the year before?
He's such a shitbag.
He'll stay in.
Oh, yeah.
Chance to drop all 3 of them out. Doesn't just get rid of Warrior, and then the other 2 get back in and start double teaming Hogan. Shithouse. He just wanted his chance to shine. That's all it was.
And then Warrior comes back in and helps him. Warrior doesn't understand what's happened.
That's what makes it funnier than the year before, because Warrior doesn't understand. Like,
what was Rude? Jumps out and legs it up the fucking aisle.
So funny. And then it does the run. Yeah, it's just you're right. He's a shitbag because.
You're going to see it in 92, the ultimate shitbag, the stuff he pulls with Sid Justice.
Oh, God. I mean, I'm pretty sure. So he eliminates Savage in 89, Warrior in 90. I'm pretty sure he eliminates Tugboat in 91. And then he does that with Sid in 92. And it's just like, you're flipping such a sore loser.
Untrustworthy, yeah.
So, what a babyface, man. 29 is Hercules. Whatever. Nothing happens. And then, number 30 is Mr. Perfect. So everyone's in now.
It was I only learned in late years about the whole Warrior Hogan versus Mr. Perfect and Genius feud that they did. And this must be around the time, I think it was late 89, when Genius beat Hogan by count out, which was a huge, kind of a weird thing they did back in the day. But I guess it was to build to Mr. Perfect and Hogan at the time, because Mr. Perfect was undefeated. But then they just kind of ruin it by making them the last 2 in the Rumble, and they never had a payoff match or anything.
Yeah, because it was quite fun to see that the final 3. I mean, Barbarian goes at some point. The final 3 was Hogan, Perfect, and Rude. And Perfect and Rude are best friends in real life, so that's quite fun. Quite fun for them. But then they do the great elimination for Rude. If you remember, I think Perfect's been thrown over the top rope, and he's just picking himself up. He's not doing it on purpose. He's picking himself up, and then Rude is whipped into the ropes and low bridge. Just thought it was a really creative way of getting eliminated.
And Hogan wins.
I really enjoy seeing Rude and Hogan, because I know, like, backstage Hogan was always a bit scared of wrestling Rude. That's always sort of the story, isn't it? The reason Rude never really
I've never heard that.
There's rumors that Rude never got a run with Hogan because Hogan didn't really like working with him because he was a bit scared because he was legit badass. I don't know if that's true or not, because I always thought the reason was because Hogan just liked wrestling big guys. But yeah, that rumor is out there.
I feel like Hogan wouldn't wrestle against guys that could beat him up.
Yeah,
like legitimately, because Hogan's a big guy. He'd have to do a lot of damage to kind of chop him down. But I feel like he didn't wrestle Hawk or Melody or anything like that, you know.
Well, I don't know, because Andre
Get
could
Hogan
you know.
Taylor anytime soon.
Oh, he wrestled Haku, didn't he? Haku is the baddest man on the planet.
Yeah. But did he wrestle Haku apart from his
Did he?
racist elimination?
Sorry. Did they not bang heads in WCW in like the whole Temple of Doom? Or
Meng, yeah, I think they did, you know.
Yeah, but
right.
Ming and Haku, they're not the same person.
That's my bad. I mean, sorry, they just kind of look alike. I do apologise.
Exactly, yeah. Ming had an
That's what
afro.
Hogan said.
Why I want to throw out here now for like a question for the room. Why does Hogan eliminate Perfect that way?
I thought it was quite cool, his elimination. Oh, I guess it's weird he throws it to the corner.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Why does he do that?
Because Perfect wanted to do a cool elimination, probably that's the reason. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's weird. Like, why would he throw him at the post? Like, you idiot. I hadn't thought of that.
I'll be honest, I just hate the fact that Perfect gives him the perfect plex and then Hogan still has to kick out of it. It's a fucking rumble. Why did you have to kick out of it and then get up and no sell it?
Because that's his thing. People loved to pop up no sell back in the day.
Orange hot dog skin piece of shit.
You know what someone said once about when Hogan hulks up? Stop hitting him and leave the ring. Just get out.
It'll wear off in a couple of minutes.
He can't win.
What a smaller guy as well with a bit of stamina. Just run down the entranceway because by the time he follows you, he's going to be fucked.
Why did no one ever do that? That would have been such a good spot, especially in the later years when it was so established. That would have been a great twist on it.
Say the same thing about Priscilla. If you break Priscilla's nail, just get the fuck out of the ring.
I'll snatch your wig.
Yeah. Got to send a message to Howard. Let him know. What do you think of the rumor that Mr. Perfect was supposed to win this match? And basically the rumor is, if you don't know it, Mr. Perfect was booked to win this match until the day of the show, and Hogan decided he wanted to win. I don't know how true that is. It could be. Don't know. But if that is true, go.
Fuming.
Do you think he should have won?
Yeah.
We can talk about it now if you want. Yeah. If it was the right winner, because the winner was Hogan. So, do you think he was the right winner? And if not, who should have won, and why?
I hate myself for this, but I think Hogan should have won. Hogan or Warrior should have been the winner of this because at the end of the day, they were the biggest two stars in the match.
Yeah. And it was like babyface era where babyfaces won everything. Like that was what WWF did. I think Hogan should have won. You could arguably say Warrior should have won, and that would have that was a reason to give him a title shot at WrestleMania 6, but they weren't doing it at the time. It was just, he was a champ. He should have won. I certainly liked him winning when I watched it 7 years old, whatever I was.
Nick, I'm going to agree with you by the looks of things.
Yeah, Nick's having a seizure there.
Nick's ready to shoot on Hogan. Go for it.
What's the point? No, I just think, obviously, I'm again watching it now as opposed to watching it, when you were a kid. I get the whole, like I said, sending people home happy. But for me, Perfect, he's one of the greatest ever. I just think it would have been nice for him to win the Rumble. The fact that he thought he was going to be winning it for however long until the day came, and then it was like, no, that doesn't work for me, brother. And it's like, for fuck's sake, you cunt. Why change it on the day? He's been hyped up all week or month, been like, I'm going to win the Rumble. It's my time to shine. No, mate.
For me, if something was going to come of Perfect winning the Rumble, like if Perfect won the Rumble, and then I know obviously at this point that that wasn't the case, but if Perfect won and then went on to face Hogan at Mania, would have made that. Yeah, I'm 100% Perfect should have won, but the Rumble at this point again until '92, this match doesn't mean shit. This match is meaningless. It's just a match.
Yeah,
and like JC said, we're in the send the fans home happy phase of WWF. Everyone wants to see the big babyface win. So to me, it had to be Hogan or it had to be Warrior.
My logic from that is I don't think Hogan should have won this match, but I think the Ultimate Warrior should have won this match because everyone keeps saying that Mr. Perfect should win it, but Perfect would win it, but it wouldn't do anything for him. At this point, he might have got a title shot at Saturday night's main event. But if the plan was to go for Hogan versus Warrior, you have Perfect eliminate Hogan to kind of give him heat, and then you have the Ultimate Warrior win the Rumble, and then you can go for WrestleMania 6 for that. I personally, So I think Hogan winning. Say Hogan winning is like with what King said. It's like it doesn't really mean anything. So he is the world champion as well. So I kind of get it, but maybe if I might have picked the Ultimate Warrior.
But if Ultimate Warrior had won it, it would have given him more sort of status as a babyface. And I think what was good about WrestleMania 6 was Ultimate Warrior was kind of coming in as the number 2, and him winning against Hogan then and getting his big win for the first time elevated him to number 1. Whereas I think if Warrior had won the Rumble, it could have potentially diluted that somehow. Probably wouldn't have.
Maybe.
I think I would have gone with Hogan over Warrior because I think Hogan was the number 1 babyface, and I think that's what fans wanted there.
Interesting.
Going obviously, the next match would have been the Mania main event at this point going forward is now going to be Warrior versus Hogan. And we all saw what happened. Hogan, Warrior wins, but the last image you see is Hogan leaving the ring. It's as much as they wanted Warrior to take over and be the new guy, he wasn't ready, and people weren't ready to let go of Hogan. And I think this is one of those this is one of those instances, where it probably was best for business for Hogan to have gone over in this match.
What about your MVPs? Who stood out for you?
Dibiase.
Yeah, I think we're all agreed on that.
I've got Ted.
Yeah.
Is where would you rank it then so far?
Probably the best.
Best one so far, yeah.
Definitely the best. I've never seen 88, so maybe I should hold my judgment, but I suspect it's better than 88.
Yeah, we're all unanimous there. For me, it's the best one by miles.
Yeah.
Do you think this is gonna, sorry, spoilers, but it's gonna do this until we get to 92, and then 92 is gonna be the one to beat.
Yeah, I agree. Although I've watched 91, so it'll be interesting to rank that one when we get there.
I prefer 90 to 91.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spoilers for next time. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel I completely forgot what I was going to say.
We haven't mentioned the commentators. This is why we shouldn't have talked about it before we press record, because I feel it's quite a big thing in this Rumble. Tony Schiavone and Jesse Ventura. We talked about it beforehand. That's an amazing combo, and it was great. Yeah.
Obviously,
I can't believe how short a time he was there. Tony Schiavone.
Schiavone was in the company for the length of time it takes to make a brew. But at least we got this match. Well, this show, with Schiavone and Jesse. I think they're brilliant. I think they bounce off each other so well.
Yeah. It's weird.
The fact that we didn't get a Schiavone, the fact that we didn't get a Schiavone at WrestleMania, I feel robbed.
Yeah, it's a shame that.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, one of the best, one of the most unsung commentators as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the WCW bullshit during the Monday Night Wars obviously, like they always point out the Hogan, not the Hogan thing. Sorry, fucking hell, he's on the brain. The Foley thing when he did the spoiler and ruined Foley's moment and all that. That kind of turned into Tony Schiavone's legacy for a bit.
Yeah, I'm glad he's turned that around. Like, it really it was his podcast, wasn't it, that really brought him back with Conrad, and then he obviously got with AEW, and now everyone loves him again.
Yeah, he's my favorite play-by-play guy, Tony Schiavone.
My top three of all time commentators.
Yeah, and interestingly, this is the first instance on the show where we are covering a Rumble that is the answer to one of the questionnaire questions. This is my underrated Rumble choice.
I almost put it as mine. Yeah.
And just to say, it is 100% justified. This match is very underrated. It should be watched by... I feel like pre-92 Rumbles are looked down like no one cares because there's no stakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is very, very good.
Yeah, I think it just set... It really ramped up from... The difference between this and 89 is crazy. And I think so much stuff happened in this one that has just established Rumbles later on, like little spots like this one person dominating we had with Ted Dibiase, even though it was only brief, like the big man, everybody eliminating them, like, yeah, people going face to face that don't normally go face to face, but they have to because they're in a Rumble. It's like all these little things that happen in this have just been expanded upon because of this one. This was the first.
Yeah, people like other things like the face-offs you don't get to see normally, the team-ups you would never get to normally see, stuff like that. It was this was the first one where they were really like, okay, let's have some fun with it. Let's do something. Let's start trying new things in this match.
I like that you get heels against heels occasionally and babyface against babyfaces occasionally, like because of the setup. I always enjoy that as well, and that does a big. I suppose they did that in 89 with Demolition starting, which I also really like that beginning of that match. But
DJ King, in a percentage out of 100, how close are we to 100% Hasbro figure gear?
Ooh, I'd say we're at 85 to 90 now.
We're almost there, aren't we? We're almost there.
Very close. Tito Santana's letting the side down wearing the stripe. Well, we could have possibly already been much closer if Tito hadn't let the side down. But
Definitely.
Pipe, everyone's got it. Everyone, although Piper's figure comes with a kilt and a t-shirt, and I didn't see any kilt or any t-shirt today. So,
what about Savage's gear? I don't remember seeing that on a Hasbro.
No,
he hasn't got the pop yet. Yeah.
Sadly, we've never seen 1990 Royal Rumble Randy Savage wrestling figures. So if anyone can get this message to the figure guys, that's what we want.
That's fucking Nash. He got them all out last week.
Yeah, he did.
He's probably got it in his gas case somewhere.
He's getting Nash back on just to show us his figure collection. Whole hour of it. Have you seen this one?
We're at the toy box.
The 80s evolution from like pants and no music to gradually music and sort of more clothes, like elaborate clothes.
Amazing.
The 90s where everyone's got a job.
Yeah. Mid 90s, 96, crazy.
Can't just be a wrestler. You've got to have another job to subsidise it because of how terrible Vince pays.
I can't lie. Yeah, I can't wait to do 95.
Business was down at that stage, so that everyone had to have a second job.
Amazing.
Oh, when we get to 94, 95, it's going to be awful, isn't it?
Shut up! It's going to be amazing. We need to talk about the shit ones. The shit ones are going to be the ones we have the most fun on.
True.
I really like Rumble 94. I know it gets a bad rap, but
this is why you've got to vote with no confidence, JC.
Of course, it's great. My boy Brett wins.
94.
I like 94.
Awful. Terrible human being. Boycott
What
True Grit.
age did you watch it?
God, well, no, I would have been.
Would have been about 20, wouldn't
You watch it later in life.
No, I watched it. I watched it as a kid at the time.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you see, I watched as a kid, and I thought it was crazy they got eliminated at the same time. Yeah, Brett and Lex. I thought, well, yeah, I was there watching it in slow mo to see who it was. I'm sure it was Lex.
Didn't even have the camera around that side though, so it's like, well, fucking. I like the way they showed the replay. Sorry, spoiler alert, but it kind of you could see the replays up to the ring apron, and then once they got past the ring apron, it was like, no idea.
No.
It was, yeah.
Who knows?
Really, so it is good. I'm just updating the log here. So we've got 1, 1990, 2, 1989, 3, 1988. So they've got better as the years have gone on. MVP is Jake, and then we had that hodgepodge from last week, and then Ted Dibiase for this one, and the right winner. So far, I think it's a bit of a split for this match. Whether Hogan should have, are we in agreement that Hogan probably should have won this?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, we are 3-1 on this, but I definitely think that the right decision was made to have Hogan win.
I thought you said Warrior, Bobby.
I did, but then you talked me out of it.
Remember this, JC, when he starts to make one of his executive decisions, you can just talk him out of it.
Yeah, can talk him round.
Right, we're gonna go back to hating each other now, are we?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a brief break from that.
Though we didn't really touch on it. Rick Rude's entrance, he came out before the counter as well, just a random moment.
Oh yeah, he did.
The ring. He'd been in the ring for about 20 seconds, and then the counter came on. It was like, well,
it's Rick Rude. The fuck was going to tell him no?
Exactly.
Not Hogan.
Yeah, not Hogan. You're here too early, brother. Shut the fuck up. That's how that conversation went.
So, but yeah, it was, as you said, best Rumble so far. I'm curious as to see whether 91 keeps the trend or whether we have a dip before 92.
I think there'll be a dip.
Think?
Yeah. I'm actually a bit annoyed I didn't pick this as my underrated one now, because I do it. Yeah, because I do. It's nostalgia wise. I love this one. It's one. It's
not a law abiding contract. You can change it if you want to.
Don't like. Yeah, I like to
at least
stick by my decisions.
At least I was going to say, at least we had agreed on something.
Yeah. The thing that brought True Grit back to unison.
We really like this match.
It was the most underrated Rumble ever.
There you go, Nick. We helped fix True Grit.
Yeah.
I played my part. I was waiting to just be like, actually, you know what, Bobby? I retract the offer. DJ King's on the board now.
I've already signed the contract.
Hey, and I'm on enough boards. Fuck that. No, I don't want any more responsibility in wrestling. It's fucking stressful. It's hard work. I don't like it.
Gentlemen,
piece of shows. Let me do my job and then let me fuck off home, please.
I just want to say to both of you guys, though, you both ran amazing shows last Saturday. Obviously, I was at True Grit, but I've seen online, I've heard nothing but amazing stuff about the Infamous show as well. So, gentlemen, kudos to both of you.
Thank you.
JC, Bob, I've told you this before, Bob, but the invitation is always there. If we're not running against each other like we were last week, you know, our doors are always open for you to come down and check out the best talent in the Northwest.
Yeah, how was it this weekend?
Oh, fantastic, mate.
I've always heard really good things, actually. Yeah, everyone's always put Infamous over. I really like it.
Absolute organised chaos. We had the first ever elevator eliminator match, which fucking hell. The lift broke. Lift broke after the first elimination. I could not believe it. I got asked to do guest commentary for the main event. I was like, okay, I'll do it. That sounds like fun. Got my headset on. I'm there with Ben. We're doing the commentary. And I'm looking at the lift and I'm going, why is AJ not moving the lift down? Why is the lift not working? Or what the fuck? What the fuck? Headset off. I like Warrior sprinted to the back of the room.
There's just nothing like on the show fuck ups, is there? There's really nothing like it.
I will lay the blame right now on Uncle Ryan. If you've never met or experienced Uncle Ryan, he is an arsehole. He's a lovable arsehole, but he doesn't listen. Because you say to him, we've got an AJ as the elevator operator. He is going to be the only person who can work the lift. Oh, well, Uncle Ryan takes that as, I'll just fuck around with the buttons till the lift doesn't work anymore. Stupid. Right. Other than that, though, fantastic. Incredible tag match. We had Act 2 versus Skinner and Vice, and it lived up to all the hype. We had Alton Thorne and Isaac North fucking kill each other, took it into the car park and knocked 10 belts of shit out of each other. Most of the room left with them. Like, it was crazy. Kid Lycos, this is how mad the show was. Like, mentioning the fact that Kid Lycos and Lance Rivera went to a 15-minute time limit draw. Like, that's like 4th point down. And, oh my God, Lance, I mean, if you've not seen Lance, like, that made him for me. That match made Lance Rivera. Like,
I've heard lots of good things. Yeah, I've seen bits of him, but I know a lot of people like him.
Including me. I love Lance.
He is top notch in the ring. There's no 1 second, and him and Lycos went head to head, and it was fantastic. Such a good match. But yeah, I mean, it was the whole show, top to bottom, was just crazy. Like, organised chaos, as most fucking infamous shows tend to be nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, I think every show is. I think even like at the very high level, it's still organised chaos.
Oh yeah.
Your show, JC, I think the show on Saturday was really, really strong. It was very story based, very storyline heavy, which I love storyline heavy shows.
Well. And I sometimes worry, because I think people do this a lot. Like, we get so into our stories on our shows, and sometimes I think wrestlers in this country get more into their stories than the fans do, and like, it can be a bit cringy sometimes. But I think the fans are really into the stories now at True Grit. Like, it's taken a while to that to happen and build up, but it's working now. And people are actually buying tickets to go because of the stories, which is how wrestling's meant to work. And it's like, oh, it's good. I'm actually doing it properly.
It's that. I was going to say that to you, JC. I obviously had Nikki on Nikki on a few days ago, and we was talking about.
I haven't seen that yet, actually. I'm working. Yeah, I'll watch that tomorrow.
Well, we both said we want to go to the March show before you've even announced a match, kind of thing.
Yeah.
On the back of the storylines. So it's like, there you go.
Left it on a cliffhanger sort of thing.
I mean, for me, it's what got me into wrestling as a kid. It's the stories that are told. I mean, obviously the wrestling's all good, but it's all about why they're fighting.
Yeah.
Why are these two guys in the ring? Why do they hate each other? There's got to be a good reason behind it. Mm-hmm. And it's all about, if you can tell the right story, like you've just said, you've got fans there, not a single match announced on the card, but they already want to get tickets because of how you left the last show.
Yeah.
If you've done that, you're doing it right.
We're actually starting to get, because we never used to get that much crossover with Leeds and York, except there were like the hardcore fans like yourself, Nick, who had come to both. But we're starting to get the York fans who came in as quite casual wrestling fans. They don't even watch it that much, but they love the shows in York so much, but they know that that's going to lead to something in Leeds. So they started, there was a little York section, wasn't there, at the Rumble, of loads of people that had come from York. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And they were like, oh, we had, and I spoke to a family that comes, they were like, we had to come to the Leeds one because you kept talking about it on the York one. And I was like, oh, yes, that worked.
We're trying to get the banter bus going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
trying
the
to-
Leeds
trying to
ones
get
don't
the
want to get
bus.
the bus yet to York. That's a shame. Hopefully that'll change.
Get them to
Well,
organise a minibus.
Huh?
Get them to organise a minibus.
Well, no, I've tried, but yeah,
tried.
not enough people were interested. But
even
I
with the
used-
off Nash and Ace on the bus as well.
yeah,
That's
we
what
would.
put them
Well, I
off.
used to do that as
Ace.
Boris. So
Ace being on the bus probably put them off.
maybe, yeah. No, True Grit's a real like parallel universe where everyone loves Ace. It's really weird, except for me. I hate him.
I love
but
him.
but no, everybody loves Ace at True Grit. It's it's quite, and he doesn't really change character, so it is really a parallel universe. He is best friends with Wing Commander Nash, which I think helps.
Well, come on. Wing Commander Nash is one of the best people ever. We need him back on the show at some point. I loved having Nash on last week. Fantastic. And do you know what, JC? It's been great having you on as well. But
Yeah.
I'm loving all our guests. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
It gives me less time to have to talk to Bobby, so it's it's a win for everyone.
Well, I was wondering why you hadn't sent me them dates yet.
Wow.
Thanks for that.
So if I send you those dates, I'm going to get attacked by Jet Fashion because he just thinks you're coming for his job.
Well, I will.
Bobby's most
Just-
shameless.
Next time you see Ian, tell him that he's on borrowed time.
I'm coming for your job.
Ian Field, I know where you used to be. He was we were in the same training class. Did he tell you that?
No, he didn't tell me that. No.
Yeah, well, he'd started like the six months or so before, or a year before me. But when I started training at GPW, he was still there. So
You all became ring announcers from this training class.
Yeah, that's all they did. They didn't care about wrestlers.
A training school for ring announcers.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yep.
It sounds like it as well, doesn't it?
Johnny Brannigan, he just knows how to make his money. That's it. Charge everyone to teach them anything.
Yeah, I'll cash your shit, you. You be a ring announcer instead.
You can run the ropes and that's it.
That's pretty much it.
If you want, if you want a secure job in wrestling, don't do wrestling.
100%.
Yeah, it's true. Like Bobby, you're on like every show for me. How many wrestlers can say that? Very rare.
I do appreciate this.
But it's because the wrestling roles are to find good people. Like it's harder.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrestled for 10 years. Well, sorry, I wrestled for 8 years and then slipped into being a booker for Britannia, and then that was it. Then I'd work no matter what throughout that whole like 10-year span of just always being a Britannia, because even as a booker, but also there was always something else for me to do because he knew he could rely on having me there.
I tell you who's like really found his niche, Isaiah Quinn. Like he's since he stopped wrestling, he's just like become so good. I'm not slagging off his wrestling, but I'm just saying like him as like the character commentator is it's great, and it's like he's so unique as well. I think he's brilliant.
He was in the GPW training class after me. That's not even a joke.
GPW training school for ring announcers and commentators.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Isaiah Quinn he's the only commentator in like the Northwest I've not worked with.
I was going to ask if you've ever worked with him. That would be interesting.
He's so funny.
Only guy I've not worked with, and I'm dying to. Like, it was him and Simon Hill were the only two I hadn't, and now me and Simon are obviously with the TNT commentary team now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh great, me and Simon will get to work together. That's brilliant. But then I'm like, I'm still there going, I need to get on a show with Isaiah now. Like, I need to make it happen. Like, when Tom McManus is retired from wrestling, and me and him were the SOV team. And as soon as that opening came up, I just came with a list to like Shotty Horror. I was like, right, there's my list of possible replacements. And I won't lie, Isaiah Quinn was top of that list. I was like, you want a heel commentator who can bring the character? That's your guy.
Yeah.
Straight away for me.
Yeah, he's good. Tom's good. Well, he's retired from commentating. He's still doing managing, and he's at True Grit. But he used to do commentary, and yeah, he was great as well. I love both those two.
I absolutely loved working. I learned so much from him as well, which is mad because we've been doing it the same amount of time. But just like me being the play-by-play, and him he just reminds me so much of Heenan.
Yeah.
He brings that, he brought that to the table every time we work together. I've got so much time for Tom.
Yeah, he's good. He's great as a manager, and I'm not usually a huge fan of managers. I think sometimes you don't really need it, but he's been so good with Meatwagon. Yeah, he's brilliant. That was at the PW4U shows. I got that actually because that's the only place I think that they worked as a trio, and I did a few shows there, and they were just so good together. And I was like, you need to do this elsewhere. It's great.
Thunder Bros.
Thunder Bros, yeah. Thunder Brothers with Wing Commander Nash. And then we lost the belts because Buddy and Serico got involved.
Don't start.
We were winning every match. And the first match we lost was when Serico was there instead of Wing Commander Nash. Nash should use that more often. He was more successful there than Serico was.
We can blame PW4U for all this stuff that's going on now. It planted the seeds. That's
well. Filthy. God damn you, filthy.
Cheers, Phil. Nice one.
Kids are crying now.
Yeah. There was a kid crying on Saturday. They bought. Yeah, someone was crying because they were upset about Wes, and they were upset because Sash and JC had upset Wes. And then do you know what they did to make the kid happy? Bought a mask from JC.
So evil.
Obviously, yeah. Royal Rumble 1990. It's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. If you want to start off with DJ King, shout out your socials and where people can find out what you are up to.
The same as it is every week. It's DJ King 1268 on the Twitter and the Facebook and the Instagram. You can also find out what Infamous are up to at Infamous WP, also on the Twitter and the Facebook and the Instagram. Probably going to get a Blue Sky at some point. Might even get a TikTok, show my dance moves off. I don't know. But yeah, our next show is 12th of April, back in the Runcorn Masonic Hall. Infamous presents Dogs of War. We've got Isaac North defending the strap against Declan McCarthy, the former Infamous champ, the never defeated Infamous champ. We've got the kickoff of the Infamous 8 tag team tournament. It's all going off for us in April. So, yeah, tickets will be available soon. We will be announcing more matches soon. So just keep an eye out on the socials. And, yeah, you'll get to see all that.
JC?
And you can find True Grit Wrestling, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at True Grit Wrestle, and True Grit Wrestling on YouTube as well. And we got a Patreon too, where we got lots of bonus content. You can watch all of the shows. And our next show is the 1st of March, Left Bank Leeds, where lots of big matches happening. But the real big one, someone is returning to the ring at True Grit for the first time in 5 years against my better judgment. It's me. DJ King's looking like, who is it?
Who is it?
It's a big name.
Ivy!
No, it's not. It's the promoter booking himself in a big match. That's what's happening.
Would do that? What kind of promoter would, I'll see you in June. What kind of promoter would do that? Seriously, JC?
I held on for 2 years.
I don't trust promoters with initials for names.
Exactly. But yeah, we've also got Nashbo against Meatwagon for the tag team titles, which no one thought would ever happen because they never won a match. But they eliminated one of the tag champs in the Rumble, and under True Grit law, that gets them a tag team title shot. So they get one chance, and that is on the 1st of March. I don't know why, but the fans love them. So if you want to see them, possibly for the last time, come to that show.
Oh, wow, that's fighting words. Me, my next, you can find me on Twitter at the Bobby Cash or on Instagram Bobby J Cash. My next 3 shows are for 3 different people. So on the 21st of February, I'm debuting alongside NCW, which is the Carriage Works in Leeds. 21st of Feb, ring announcing for them. And then my next show after that is the aforementioned True Grit Wrestling, True Grit Redemption, 1st of March at the Left Bank in Leeds. He's got some horrible things to say, and I'll see if I can say anything to rebuttal some of those points.
Well, you're not just a ring announcer on that show.
No, that is true. I am now temporary board member of True Grit Wrestling, as voted for by my peers of the staff.
You watch him; he's going to waste those 3 decisions on something.
You see. And then the 21st of March is the Rise Underground ICW No Holds Barred Weekender in Sheffield, Peddler Warehouse, which
That's
I
a
am
big
announced.
one, the ICW ones are always big ones.
I'm announcing the Friday show, which is Rise, and I'm joint announcing the collab show Saturday afternoon, and then I'll be there. Their ring announcer, Bobby Banks. Funny enough, his name's Bobby Banks, Bobby Cash, and Bobby Banks.
Bobby Cash and Bobby Banks.
That's right. And then he'll do the Saturday night, which is their show. That's at Peddler Warehouse all weekend. So yeah, that's me. I've also got my own podcast, The Bobby Cash, on Spotify. Thanks.
And Nick, where can we find you?
Sat here listening to you 3. 2
hours. 2 hours for a 1 hour show. This is Brit Rest, isn't it?
Yep.
Exactly. We are on X at WTLS 420. You can hit my boy up Ash on Instagram at WTLS 316. You can find us on Facebook, or you can find us on YouTube. Talking to Meat Wagon, we have Troy Ryan on next week. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. And just lots of awesome stuff still to come. So yeah, obviously, if you are near a show, go watch it, support your local promotion. If you're going to NCW next Friday, enjoy. It's an amazing location. Should be a great show. Hopefully, Bobby, you get a percentage of the gates.
Imagine.
Oh,
jeez.
And no, obviously, yeah, we'll see you back again very soon. And Mr. JC, I look forward to seeing what the crack is on the 1st of March. And yeah.
Might have to make a trip down to York for that one.
Leeds.
Well, I'll go to York, and you can just ring me and tell me how it is.
You come sit with me, mate. If you come to the show, you can come sit with me.
Oh, yeah, nice one.
Anytime you want to come down, there's a place there for you.
Fantastic. Yeah, we may have to. I want to take the air. I want to go on a little bit of some infamous road trips this year. Go check out some more promotions. So, yeah, True Grit is definitely top of the list.
Thank you. Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I'd like to come and see Infamous. Definitely.
Well, I'd say, mate, you're always welcome up at our end.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Obviously, hit like, subscribe, share, comment, all the generic stuff I ask you to do. And yeah, we'll see you again very soon. Remember, always work the left side. Gentlemen, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.